I, Africans, wherever we are, Africans, we appreciate Africa. Circumstances have forced us to leave Africa to foreign lands, but Africa is still great to us. Africa is our country, is our continent, and all the resources that are spread all over the world come from Africa. So it is important that we remember back home. However, some people might think otherwise, but Africa is so important to everyone on this continent or in this world, because everyone has a share of the resources that come from Africa. So Africa Day is a great day for Africans. Although economically oppressed, we still feel that we have got our mark in the world. We've got our experience of manufactured poverty, which of course can be sorted out if the right leaders can look and see what is necessary for their people. The people of Africa are determined to have everything in Africa. There are so many people that I've seen who have been to the diaspora. That means in England, France, Spain, we've gone back to Africa, and they appreciate their country better after having been away for so long, just like I did. And the last time I went to Africa, I went to my country, Zimbabwe. It was an exceptional holiday. It was so different. I felt at home, at peace, and I could eat all the organic food that I could think of. The taste of food is so different. Even a drink that you buy from local shop in diaspora here in England is different from what I drink in Africa. There are certain brands that you don't get there and you don't get there here. They have special brands. For instance, Mazoe Orange is one of my favorite drink ever since I was in Africa. And when I went back, it was the first drink I looked for, and I got it. And I was drinking it almost every day. It's so hot, the weather is warm, it's always pleasant to sit and enjoy yourself or whatever. It's hard well for those people who are not used to the humidity to work in such environments. But those of us who were born in that environment enjoy. You can work and do anything in that weather, and we like it. So the food, made or cooked on an open fire, an African fire called the choto, a fireplace, an African fireplace. It's called choto in the kitchen, in the round kitchen. I enjoyed by first fresh beef liver, fried in an African way, on the day before Christmas. I enjoyed it. It was pleasant, from my own beast that we had slaughtered. Our beast. It was a family beast. Our cow, slaughtered specially for Christmas. Just imagine. You just decide that we need to have meat for the family and friends, and nobody pays a penny. Those of us who decided that we are going to offer that food will make sure it's open for all our neighbors and friends. And they did. If you check on one of my videos about Africa, my journey to Africa, and how I spent the time in Africa, and the other one that I'm going to post later on about what I saw in Africa and how I felt when I was leaving Africa. It was so depressing when you think that you are going back to that shift, that confined area where after work you just have to sleep and wake up again to go again to work, and you have no social life. like in Africa. In Africa, a weekend is a weekend. On Sunday, we go to church. Saturday is a day to rest and drink and eat. For those who drink alcohol, they can go to the beer hall or get some beers and bring them home and drink in a big spacious area, sitting there under a mango tree. Mostly trees on courtyards are mango trees, although there are others, but the mango one is most common. Those are common mango, juicy fruits that we always have in the period around December. And it's all that I happened to be there when the mangoes are available. I made sure I had some of them. And the watermelons are abundant. And remember, these fruits are organic. They are grown and planted in a soil where its fertilizer is manure from the cows or leaves and branches and whatever foliage that has been from a compost house or goats droppings or chicken droppings. Those are normal manure to use in the gardens. The only challenge in most of homesteads is water, but most of the residents now are used, they have boreholes. So don't be fooled. Africans have their way of getting around all the problems that are caused by the manipulated poverty. Because they are not poor, they've got all the facilities, but they are not able to enjoy the facilities due to some kind of economic oppression. It is not visible, but it is there. You feel it, but you don't see it. So Africans have inherited this situation because of their generosity. What do I mean by that? They are so generous that they always would like to share. Like I said, I shared a whole beast with neighbors. They didn't pay a penny. They had to eat as much as they could on Christmas Day because we offered that we were going to have that. Our neighbors can do the same next year, and if we are there, we also enjoy it. That is the system. And there's no formal invitation to the party. Anyone who comes is accepted, and they will eat whatever food is there. Because of that, food is usually cooked in great abundance so that as many people can have it as possible. There's no formal invitation. Anyone can just walk in and they will get a plate of food, a drink. In a rural environment, there's a brew called Maheu. Maheu is a brew that is like a beer, but it's non-alcohol. It's a non-alcohol brew that is made at home using corn flour and some seeds made specially for that purpose. We call it chimera. I don't know what you call it in English, but it is brewed at home, Maheu, and that is the common drink when there's a big gathering of people. But in this case, in our case, we didn't have Maheu, we had mazoe instead. Mazoe is a delicious drink made from oranges, local Zimbabwean oranges. And being a local product, it's almost readily available. So you can buy a couple of containers and people will just dilute it with water. It is delicious. So Africa Day today, it so happens to be the day when I started YouTube. So I thought this video is to thank all my subscribers who have been watching all these videos of mine. And I hope this one is a special one that I've made to ensure that you all remember that I am here to stay. Of course, I haven't uploaded as much as I would like to, but I promise you that I'll make sure I do. All you do need to do is make sure you subscribe and get your friends to also subscribe. So share this video and the other videos that are already, those that you have not watched. Just look at my channel, Baba Kobi, and you will find all the videos that I've made, where in some cases I traveled to France, I traveled to Cyprus, and that's where I got the surprise of having the island divided into two. The other one belongs to Turkey, and the other part belongs to Greece. So there's Turkish Cypriots and the Greek Cypriots. On the Greek side, they use euros, but on the Turkish side, they use Turkish lira. And the boundary crosses right through the city of they call it Lefkosia on the other side. And this other side is called Nicosia. That's the Greek side is Nicosia. The Turkish side is Lefkosia. The same city. And on the border, if you just cross with your passport, once they go through, just walk, you're already in Lefkosia. And the difference is that you just walk from the other shops. It's along the same street. There's a division, a line crossing, and the offices for the Nicosia side are just adjacent. It's not even a stone's throw. It's just, what would I say? You could actually tell a story with someone in the opposite office on the other side. So for the first time I went there, my son was to meet me. He was on the Lefkosia side. And as I was finalizing my entrance with the authorities with my passports, I saw him there, and he actually waved and said hi. And they said, hello, would you just say a moment, when we finish here, we'll see you. And after that, we just crossed over. So it was quite an experience that you see. And for the first time, I had been near the Mediterranean Sea, which I had only read in history and geography. For the first time, I was in Cyprus. The first time I had heard about Cyprus was when there was Archbishop Macarius or something, who was in charge. And that's when there was the trouble between the sides, and they split the island into two. So one side was Turkish and the other side Greek. And this is the situation to this day. But it's not a very bad situation. If you go on the other side, you can see the difference. The European side is like you're in England. Most of the facilities, banking and things like that, shops. And on the other side, well, the transport system, they've got taxis, but they've got common buses like we have in Africa, which we call matatu in Kenya, or chova, or makombi in Zimbabwe. So those are the names that Africans have developed or have come up to identify their items, which they inherited from their colonizers. Zimbabwe is British colony. Most of our stuff is British, but it's the earlier British, not modern, because the things there were left when the British left. Development is not did not catch up with what is in England, where the British are. And I think most of the countries in the Commonwealth, all former British colonies are in the Commonwealth, except those that had a problem with the former colonizers, and they were excluded, like Zimbabwe. I don't know the politics, But that is the situation. Zimbabwe is not in the Commonwealth. So if I was in the Commonwealth, it would be no problem for me coming to the UK with my passport, with Zimbabwean passport. I would just come in and I would be accepted, just like the Malawians do, and the Zambians, I suppose, also do. But in Rhodesia, Zimbabwe, since Ian Smith, and then they took over Mugabe until up to this day, and he's a successor, things have not been so much as smooth as they would have been if the British were to remain in the country. Somehow, the people, us, we love our country. No matter what happens there, it's still our country. It's not that we like bad things. We like good things too. But if bad things are there and we are able to do anything about them, there's not much we can do but do with whatever is available. And I tell you, people who have been to the UK and they've gone back are doing wonders. They've opened their own businesses and they've gone quietly and got some land and they started farming and they've got various farms. As a YouTuber, I also watch YouTube, so I know and I see so many of them doing wonders in Zimbabwe. So the next video that you will see, I will show you the areas or most of the places that I've been to in Zimbabwe and the pictures, and to show you the pain that I feel about the things that I miss from Zimbabwe. Being a Zimbabwean, an African, you still remain an African, and the unity for Africa is essential so that we can have enough power to negotiate with the other super powers. Africa can be a superpower too if things are done properly. I don't see why we should not be a superpower. 54 countries, if they sit together with the current situation, they can each contribute to the market so well. And industrially, each country can specialize in a certain item, and the next country does another, and so on and so on. And the minerals can be locally improved and what we call beneficiation. It can be well done. Africans can do well economically. I'm not a politician, but economically I know what is necessary. And I think that unity can bring everything under one umbrella and make it easy for all of us. So Africans, happy Africa Day. This is our day. Enjoy wherever you are. Africa Day. I recorded this very late, but most of you will have this video. Africans, be together. One. Thank you for watching. I'm Baba Kobi. Just wait for the next video that is coming. Bye.